We are alive. Yeah, there is. Yep. Yep. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Huh.
Hello there.
Hello. Sounds like everything is working. So jumping right in.
Kenobi.
Last session, the heroes met with Queen Valis, who warned them of the curse upon the Ultros, which is the ship that was deeded to them by King Acastus. She warned them that the ship is no ordinary ship, and it is an ancient ship that was made from the bark of a downed nymph from over 500 years ago by Astor Arklander, who is not only the one of the originating dragon riders, but also the ancestor of the current king Acastus. She warns them that the crew is very much alive but dead at the same time, and while they cannot leave the ship in their corporeal form, they can ravage and they can create a lot of destruction if you come upon them, like pirates in a sense. And they are seen here or there along the Cerulean Gulf, terrorizing vessels. The party then thought that, maybe it was time to put this Astor Arklander down once and for all and take the ship for themselves, as it was deeded to them. And Valis implores them that that while they are indeed able to take the ship, she suggests that they do not tell her husband, aka the King Acastus, that they have, so as she is weary of him having another powerful artifact, in a sense, of old in his power. She also requests from the group that while they are in town, to perhaps find some evidence against the cult of Lutheria, and to help possibly reestablish a council of 8, preferably 8, as it seems to be the number of balance in her mind. Agreeing to do their best, they left to investigate a thread that they had encountered earlier in the camp, earlier a few months ago, of a possible change in contact that is around perhaps the dock or somewhere around the dock tavern. So Asimi goes and shift shapes into a unimposing, unassuming poor sailor to scout the place, and while the rest of the group came in a little bit later so that they can sit down and have an early dinner. It was a bit sparse, as it was a bit early, and there seemed to be some type of commotion that had possibly gone on earlier, or at some time earlier in the week, of some destruction to their entryway. But as he was looking around after being served some whiskey, he did see a rather interesting character, just super chill, like leaning against a wall. And he went up to her, or this mystery character, and asked her a couple of questions, who she indulged some information, as he had asked if she knew of 2 names. One she did, one she did not. But afterwards, she seemed to disregard him as she set her sights on the Fellowship of the Golden Showers. I'm not gonna let you guys live that down. All right.
We don't want to.
I saw 3 people shake their heads, and one person give.
It just catches me off guard because I forget every time that's what we settled on.
We didn't settle on that.
Yeah, kind of blocked it out.
That's true. Calder was just so adamant on it.
Yeah.
And...
Nope.
You had to give Calder this
It's
vine.
the curse of nicknames, man. You don't really ever get to pick your own.
You picked our own.
You picked it, Chinny.
Well, that's why I said you don't get to pick your own.
I am the one who picks the names of Nick.
Yeah.
I am the name master.
All right. So where you guys are right now is Matsuyami has kind of joined your little band. You guys were having a brief conversation. Calder, you are hyper focused on the area around you, and you with the highest perception and your observation feat that I'm remembering now, you don't see too much going on. You see some like familiar, well, perhaps familiar, perhaps you see just 3 minstrels. They are very lazily just kind of playing a tune. It's just for atmosphere. It's still a bit early. You can see that the owner is sort of just kind of looking around. He looks a little worried as he seems to be counting how many people are in his tavern, and he keeps giving the evil eye over to the entryway. You see a little tiefling boy, probably no more than maybe 12 or so years old, as he looks to be kind of sneaking, or like in quotes, sneaking around, as he seems to be cleaning off some of the tables and then rushing downstairs, and then you see him pop in and out a few times. And other than that, it's pretty, again, it is relatively early, but it's still interesting that the tavern isn't booming like other places that you're familiar with, that if there's alcohol, there should be people, and there's not as many people, and you assume there's alcohol. So I will leave you guys there. Matsuyami, welcome. Our guest for the next few weeks is Kiara, who's playing Matsuyami.
Sorry, was that Matsuyami or Medusa Mami? Sorry.
Mommy,
Sorry.
mommy,
Sorry,
mommy.
When one of you ends up stone, you'll remember it was your fault.
Ooh. Promise? Sorry.
No, however,
Mommy.
she did offer to pay for the meal, and that's when Mythos kicked a chair out for her, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You're like normal humanoid sized, right?
Yeah, roughly 5'6".
Okay.
With the hood up, I look insanely human, actually.
Insanely huge.
What about from
Yeah,
a
like-
relatively low angle?
Yeah, being you're shorter, you might catch the shifting, the way her hair seems to move, though there's not, breeze coming in through the door or anything. It's almost like something is slithering underneath the hood.
There's definitely like freaky vibes going on.
So,
Oh, yeah. And the
Okay.
eyes are like vibrant green.
Okay.
Like Granny Smith apple bright ash should not be that green.
Okay.
So how long have we been in the bar by the time Matsuyami shows up to the table and offers us food? Has it been long or not? I'm trying to gauge, has Gaia had a few drinks or not yet? That's really what I want to find.
Oh no, she waited for the gentleman to approach you guys and come up to get you drinks and food, and that's when she's like, "There's my cue. I step up. I'm offering to pay." So you haven't had any yet.
Heard. Thank you.
Yeah. And so that was Mythos kind of not interrupting, but right as Matsuyami like offers to pay is when he would like lean in his chair back a little bit and kick the one out towards her. It's an inviting gesture, but at the same time, he's got like a skeptical tint to his eye.
Yeah, and as a sly reminder too, Asimi had a brief interaction with Matsuyami and tried to draw Calder's attention, like that this is a chick to pay attention to, though non-verbally. So the message might have been lost in that translation. Asimi's now over here with his drunk sailor friend, just being.
He's knocked
Didn't
out.
you say
Eavesdropping.
you were like very obviously eavesdropping too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you are now.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like the guy that like is bad. Like he's not. If anybody asks, he's not eavesdropping, but everybody knows he's eavesdropping. Like, he's like leaning in, like, huh? Yeah. Like even like maybe muttering like what he would say in certain situations. Like this persona is a bit of a failure.
A
of
tool. We
human.
got it.
Yeah. A tool.
But no, with the chair kicked out, there's just a. Cannot say I was expecting an invitation, but I appreciate it. And sits down in the chair, doesn't quite scoot it up. Sitting like at the edge of it, like she's expecting to have to stand up quickly.
DM, have I had, as a siren, any experience with like a Medusa, so to speak, in any kind of instance of my life? Are they a common race for those monstrous folk like I?
No. They are considered, and you would know this by just rumor and from passed down. And this is common knowledge for everybody, even for Calder, who is a fey creature. Medusae are, pardon, fairy boy.
Nothing,
Yes,
nothing.
fairy
Yeah.
boy. Fairy boy.
A baby. Just say, child.
The baby. Oh, good lord.
Or like Fabi.
Oh god. So, what was it saying? They are cursed humanoids, cursed humans. It usually does not apply to people who are fae that usually had some type of greedy dealings or had perhaps there's different reasons for the origin of the cursed creature. Those that are usually created there was something that they had done that they could have been cursed by the fates. They could have been cursed by anything really and turned into a Medusae, or you are born, but it's still considered cursed bloodline.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it might be like almost meeting a boogeyman, but you're like, they look normal, maybe, but you don't know she's a Medusa.
Okay.
Only one that does is Elf Boy.
Yeah, only Elf Boy and perhaps Short Stuff.
And a Simi. But that's because I scared the shit out of a Simi with it.
Asimi very pointedly had the snakes used as a threat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you sit down, Guy will just kind of chime in like, "I'm sorry. Well, I thank you for the meal, but what is your name again?"
Rid of me. I am Matsuyami. It is a pleasure to meet a lot of you. I am told quite recently, and we'll look over to the one she knows is listening in. I take it you all are the heroes of Tylea.
Right, and that explains a one-way direction of communication. But do we know you? This is a leap forward, and I mean, I'm all for confidence, but I'm just a little off put.
Well, take it from a friend of the city. If you're a heroes and you are looking to keep things, what is the term? Above bar? With the storms and things that have been happening around, there's a bit of a seedier underground that has taken over, somewhere they should not, and I thought perhaps you might be willing to help.
I'll just kind of look to the group.
When,
She'll do one of those like rub the back of the neck, kind of look away, like hit down, like ooh, yikes.
When Mesuami like looked over at what did I say his name was? I can't even remember.
Steve.
Steve.
Nice, Chad.
Steve is his name. He like started choking on his drink too. Like he's drinking it too quick, so now he's just like nearby.
Forgot to swallow kind of deal.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, no, I'm not listening in.
All right. Well, we are. It's the player. We are interested in, like, taking down the cult of Lutheria, right?
We are. We also had that. Let me pull up my journal real quick. We did I not say that? I didn't. So that's why I need to not use this thing. We had those two people. Oh wait, yeah, here it is. The two members of the cult of Lutheria, the family of Trellis and Septia. So this might be an in on information with them.
It's not generally our mandate to involve ourselves in the more mundane politics. We are the heroes of Tylea in regards to defeating the Titans as the Oath of Peace comes to a close.
I see. So the trade of illegal goods and such that have been happening since the storm began is not an interest to any of you? Putting a stop to things that should not be being passed back and forth?
Well, I mean, there is someone in this group who could learn that from a verbal standpoint. I think that'd be a really good lesson for them, but they're not here right now. I'm sorry. This is a little, like I said, this is a little forward, a little bit beyond what I was expecting out of a dinner. You're asking us just from naming conventions to handle an illegal trade issue?
Handle not per se. There is a fighting ring that is there. A simple distraction, and I can deal with what I need to. In
You
for a
want us
fight,
to
and
fight?
Fighting ring.
You are, and then you kind of smile.
Andromache looks over to Mythos.
Yeah,
Like,
you see
oh,
Gaia get a
we're
really
into
nervous look,
something.
looking over at both of them like, don't say those words. Like, fighting is my trigger! Alright.
Tell me,
I'm
what
quite
do
a
any of-
good fighter.
I could, and she'd kind of look him over. I could tell.
He likes the flattery.
Does the name Otter's Gall mean anything to any of you? And she's very pointedly staring at each face as she says it.
Isn't that an organ?
Does it mean anything to any of us, DM?
I don't think so.
Not to me.
Say it again.
Adder's Gall. And I will say, like, if someone's anyone other than the idiot, and motioning over towards Asimi's character, is listening in, she's, stopped talking, lowered her voice, waited for them to pass. She's very pointedly talking to this group and the tool she believes no one will believe.
I can't find the correct handout, but was that one of the materials used to make the totems?
No. The Adder's Gall is like Adder is a snake, and the Gall
Speaking
is
of it
like,
more like a location or something.
Gotcha.
yeah, it's a
Or
location.
a proper
The
noun.
Gall.
Yeah, the Gall of the snake. No. The people who asked if they are familiar with it, even those who are familiar with Mitras, no, it is a name that is new to you.
Can't say I do.
No, that is, that's a fun one, though. No, I do not know that name.
Well, then I will perhaps talk to the, and look over towards the two that seemed interested in the fight. Just the pair of you, then. If you're interested in a fight, I am more than capable of getting you in for such a thing.
Is Matsuyami wearing anything that would denote her as like a follower of the Titans? Like a holy symbol or anything?
No. Not a holy symbol anywhere to be seen. And again, you can tell there is a spear on her, especially with her sitting down. You see, like, the end of it. The shield on her back. And now that she's seated, the cloak can't quite hide a hand crossbow at her hip. Very well armed, but no markings or anything like that.
Okay. We kind of need to see me at the table. He's the devil's advocate.
What exactly is being smuggled in at this fighting ring that's so important?
Important is the wrong word. The legal things that came through. Willing to overlook. There's nothing wrong with those. There are a few people who are getting things they should not have. A little too accessibly that are getting in the way of my mistress, and we need to put a stop to that.
See me over at his table. Is going to like pull out just like a little bit of like the lining of this cloak that he's got on, some of the fleece lining, and start to like make this kind of just kind of pattern in the table. He's going to cast Minor Illusion, which is a non-verbal spell, and he's going to make an image of that the note with the name of the changeling kind of appear in front on the table, just kind of come into appearance in front of Calder. Probably can't like fine tune it enough to actually make like the words legible, but recognizable as that sheet of parchment that we got. Just kind of hold it there for a moment until Calder notices it, then make it disappear. Drop the spell.
This is me, the player, frantically trying to get my brain to function to understand what you're implying. I'll work on that.
Assuming is that like very private Caldera, or do we also like notice?
Everybody else could see it, I imagine. It's just in front of Calder, since Calder's the one who would know very particularly that this is a CV, given that they shopped for the clothes together and such.
Right.
So, back about the fights. Mythos, as that's happening, Mythos might be kind of turning to the others to say, it might be good for us to show the city that the gods, that Thylea has champions on their side. Maybe an exhibition could be a good thing.
Letting the lot of you talk, Matsuyami's going to lean back, but she takes out this iron ball that looks like just mini iron bands all wrapped around each other and is just tossing it back and forth between her hands without looking.
Guy will kind of just like shrug a little bit and be like, honestly, I think a little good unwinding wouldn't be the worst thing. Could cheer you on from the sidelines. I could use a little bit of excitement.
If you want to fight Mythos, that's one thing, but I don't think an underground fight ring is where we send a message to the city.
Is there an above ground fight ring?
Checkmate, atheist.
It's called the Temple of Sidon.
Such things are, what are they, doors? No, this is very much below ground. Very much, out of view, except for perhaps the, shadier side of people.
You mentioned your employer, your mistress.
I did.
Who might that be? Anyone we might know?
Names are very powerful things, my friend, and I'm afraid she is simply the mistress. If you do not know her by that name, then...
Mythos,
and just gives like this...
Cena.
Yeah, just this big grin on her face, like, I'm afraid I can't... Like, just that face telling you, I've said all I'm saying on that.
Yeah. Mythos' big arm will bump Cena. She's been in the city for a while. Mistress, ring any bells?
Sina looks over at you, Matsuyami, and she's kind of just giving you a look. You you can't see her fully. Like you, she is covered. She does have a shawl over her face, so you can't find details or see any details. That she kind of goes, would that be perhaps someone that might be entering not so legally people's houses to liberate certain items?
I am quite certain the mistress herself would never do such a thing. And give that knowing kind of grin.
She gives she'll turn to you. She's like, well, he asked the question. That would be the Lady of the Coin. The Lady of Coins. She is the top dog dealer that Valus, and mass respect for her, by the way, to evade her spies. Valus is not someone that can be evaded very well, and I know.
We have our ways, yes.
I am curious.
Could those ways entail stealing all the wine from a very specific wine dealer?
we could make a trade. I am quite gifted at what it is I do. So,
Interesting. Mythos will sweep his look around to see if the others caught the implication.
if you need a moment without me here to discuss, I would not wish to get in the way of private matters, but do know that perhaps the deal is limited, particularly if that tool over there continues speaking on things he knows nothing about. And again, looking right over.
And like as you look over, Asimi's like in the process of dragging a chair over, like not so squeaking it across the ground, and he's going to like put it down like right next, like between Matsuyami and whoever she's sitting next to, and like lean in. You know, obviously there's not room at this table, so he's like, you know, between two people. Like, oh, are these friends of Peneus's too?
Was that the name that I recognized, or was it the other one?
Peneus is the one you recognize.
Yeah, Panay. Oh, I heard a TH, not a P. Yeah, never mind. That's why I was confused. Okay. And she'd kind of rub the bridge of her nose. You are an imbecile. You know this.
No, my name's Steven.
Alex. And then Matsuyami
I know not
points
for
at me,
this imbecile you speak of.
not looking at him.
Imbecile.
No, but you were. I heard you speaking. Sorry, I might have been listening in.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry. I heard you talking about wine. If you want wine, you should talk to Septia Trellis. More upstanding wine sellers. I don't know. I've worked for them in the past. I haven't. That's a lie. I wanted to work for them in the past.
Given that we don't really recognize this character, besides maybe Call there, Andromache's gonna like raise an eyebrow at everyone and be like, "Anyone else know what's going on with this guy?"
Sorry, Steven. What a foreign name. No idea who you are.
Oh.
Is this just? Do we have friendly faces for approach? We've had such a long week. There was a storm, and now there wasn't.
I noticed that. And I said some heroes came in and put that in ruined Lord Sidon's work.
Yeah. Sure.
Matsuyami will raise two fingers and go, I at least paid for my time.
I'm gonna get a drink. And she stands up and walks to the bar.
So he's gonna like dump out like his coin purse, which has like 14 copper in it at this point. They start like trying to like okay, 4 copper for my time, thank you.
Oh, think better of yourself, brother. Come on.
I think Andromche might turn and say, perhaps a moment for us to discuss and deal with this stranger.
We'll wait over there.
And as Matsuyami stands, she's going to point to, or like, you're going to see her grab a hold of the back of whatever Asimi's wearing at this moment, lean in going, if you ruined my deal, you will regret it. And then let him go and step off. Like, this is as she's walking away.
You're making a deal. What deal are you making? He's going to follow. What deal are you making? Were we making deals?
Yeah, you go off, Gaia. If you're going to look for the bar, you kind of walk around and you're like, where the hell is the bar? So you're kind of like walking around there. As you are walking around, the owner and 2 other hands come over and serve the table so much fucking food, and it actually, the presentation is very, very specific and very pretty. And he goes, "Enjoy," and then he kind of like does this bow, and then he walks backwards before turning and leaving.
And this is like as I'm getting up and like leaving, or like
No. This is after.
okay.
Yeah. So after you
So
walked around.
I'm looking for a bar, and I turn around to see my friends getting served. Okay, cool.
Well, you see them? You see that there's stairs, so you kind of, and then you see people coming. You see servants coming up and down, or the waiters, not servants, with drinks. And so, if you wanted to go down, you could. But then, as you are about to maybe do something, then you see all this food come out with drinks.
Matsuyami better be rich.
As like Gaia and Mesuami and Steven are walking away from the table, you see Calder kind of bring a hand up to his mouth to kind of stifle a laugh that he's been holding in this whole time. He's like, Asimi's laying it on really thick with that persona, but it is amusing.
Gaia going, that's Asimi.
Well, I mean, Gaia's gonna come back like as he's saying, like, God, that Steven guy creeps me out. Like, and she's like, good lord, like, oh, read the room. Okay, well,
yes.
I went to find a drink, but it found us. So, great. What's happening? Help.
I'm gonna
Help
fight.
a little.
I think Mythos wants to fight and wants to try to rig it so that Mesuami and whoever she works with steals the wine from the Chalice and Septia.
Once in a while, Calder, you have great ideas.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Why not? When in Mitros, as they say. I mean, I got nothing else to do. I could go for a good, stress reliever.
Sina looks over at you, Gaia, and says, "Will you fight?"
I'm more of like a sideline character, but I'm in there.
She looks over. She's kind of
Like
like,
a dagger.
like a what?
Gaia gets in there like a dagger.
Huh?
Don't
I
even
knew
see her
it.
coming.
I knew it. And she gives you like a clap on the back, and it's like, ugh, a little bit. But she's like, I can't wait to watch.
Now, guys, I do just want to remind you that our goal was to find evidence of illegal activity by that family.
Yes.
Not necessarily rob them.
Stealing the wine doesn't necessarily
hear me out.
help us, but it gives them the middle finger.
Hear me out. Hear me out. In lack of finding evidence, we create and plant evidence. Same.
Okay.
Spoken like a true noble.
Has Mesuami punched Tsunemi away yet?
She's very pointedly rolling this metal ball back and forth on the table.
Seems like so.
Like-
Who are those people? What sort of deal are you making? Is this for the mistress? Who is the mistress, anyways? It's not Septia, is it?
She's gonna
I heard
stand
people
up,
refer to Septia as mistress, but it was mostly their
move to the
servants.
other side of the table. I'm going to give you one of two options. Walk away now, or I'll leave you bound here while I wait to go speak to my friends again.
Well, that sort of thing's not necessarily legal in the city. Are you threatening me? I'm gonna go find the guards.
Just smiles.
Simi's obviously blustering.
Yeah.
He doesn't leave. He goes to reach for a drink that's not there. He looks back at the table. Oh, shit. Can I borrow a silver from you, miss?
Pointedly looking past,
I'll pay you back.
and you can hear in my voice, Steve, and I'm eyeing the group, waiting for my call back over.
All right. Sheesh. Simi will move back over to the guy that passed out drunk. How's it going, Bobby?
Right. Alright, so what's the plan? So, I'm not super hot on, like, CSI, like, criminal investigating this Lutheria temple, but we should. Is like, we're doing that?
I mean, emphatically, Andromache is ambivalent to any ideas that were outside of fighting in a ring. So she is like looking around to see what the quote brains of the group
I
are
knew I
thinking
had a
in
few
terms
of you when I mentioned a fight ring. Mwahaha.
organizational. If this is our plan of action to progress, but
And I will say that outside of maybe Asimi, none of us are good at the whole snooping for evidence. Most of us are a like we hit things type of
Yeah.
problem solvers.
I mean, if you want to go hit things and make a friend with someone who's real good at snooping, hi.
That might be something that gets brought up. Just like if we're looking for evidence about these siblings, none of us are particularly good at covertly gathering information or hard evidence. If this Matsuyami, or who she works for, is good at infiltrating secure locations, might be something that they're more properly skilled to handle than we are by ourselves, short of storming the temple by force.
Okay, just throwing this out there. Storming the temple by force isn't like a real option, right?
No.
Okay.
Valis
Then yeah, let's do
made
the
it very
other thing.
clear that she doesn't want us to... I forget her exact terms, but we aren't being told that we can do whatever we want in Stygian Row, just that she'd like us to look into it.
This, look, I'm not so hot on the B&E side of life. If you just tell me what to do, I'll be there. You know, one with the crew, one with the ship, but, I don't know how to dig up dirt unless you're literally digging dirt. I've lived in the woods for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, Asimi has experience with this, no? Perhaps if he leaves this persona and can perhaps work with this Matsuyami, they can tag team an operation, but I think for the rest of us, we are ill-equipped, so it will be a solo mission, perhaps.
Well, we're the distractions. And
That
we're
is
pretty
true.
distracting.
We can make one hell of a distraction.
DMs, Miss DM.
Hmm?
Check your DMs.
Oh gosh.
So is that what we're going with then? Is that the play? Are we saying?
Yeah.
Are we gonna suggest that we have a?
At least, unless Asimi shows up and doesn't want to do it.
Which is possible.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can like gesture for Asim to like leave and come back as Asim?
I think it's a bit of a walk.
Oh man, I wonder how long it's gonna take for a friend to show up here. We've been waiting for so long.
And he's so famous and handsome, even.
Oh, you just get so many discounts for us on drinks.
It's a bit of a hike back to the palace, though, isn't it? From here.
Yeah, give or take. It's not terrible, but like if you want to like power walk it, you could probably get there in 30 minutes.
Oh God. Yeah.
Wait, do you need to change at the palace?
He
Well-
doesn't have his weapons or armor on him.
Yeah, I don't have weapons, armor, or my clothes that Asimi would wear.
They're
It'd be really
outfits,
weird if he, if Steve left.
Oh,
and
right,
Asimi
you're
came
not-
back dressed in-
I forgot you weren't disguised self. You were
Right,
changed.
it's
Right.
full
Okay.
change,
It's
yeah.
different. Yeah. Okay.
So if you're okay.
I'll say this though. Asimi would have told Calder the plan would be that Calder probably kept like his clothes, like Asimi's clothes, packed in his bag or something, and that if necessary, he would catch them when they left or something like that, and he could change his nap or something like that. So we obviously didn't expect to be dumped this quest on us. So I think that would be the general plan, is that Calder, Asimi will catch back up with the party after they leave and reconvene there rather than here in the tavern where it'd be very suspicious.
Yeah,
or impractical.
Go ahead.
Did Asimi... I can't remember if Asimi was disclosed it to the rest of the group that you were going to go changeling hunting or that hunting for that.
Yeah.
You did. Okay, so I think and Jeromiki, if no one else will like lean over to Calder while we're deliberating or waiting for whatever, and just ask, did Asimi have any luck finding that contact he was planning on meeting?
I couldn't really. I didn't keep an eye on him the entire time to avoid being overly obvious, so I couldn't really read his lips through everything. I'm not sure.
Keep forgetting about that.
I
think Asimi
have
will go
actively
ahead.
been doing it since we met, in almost every conversation.
Asimi will go ahead and leave the tavern and just loiter outside, like across the street or something. Watch the entryway for the group to leave. That way, he's not leaving right after they leave or something like that.
When you guys start when you guys start getting your stuff together, or like your ideas, okay, well, we will do this thing, you kind of look over to Matsuyami, or where she was, and you kind of realize that she is no longer there.
Shh. What the hell?
Sure. Great. So no
How do
fights?
we get to the fight pits now?
Awesome. Wonderful. Swell. Anyone see where she went?
Nope.
What is that?
Did anyone notice?
What is that?
Is our observant...
I mean,
Notice
rogues can roll really high on stealth.
It's
I'm
true,
assuming
that's
she
true.
just blew my passes out of the water.
She did.
Maybe.
Yeah, not even observant caught it.
Fine.
Hey.
Well, I'm bummed.
Okay, so whatever. Fuck the Medusa mommy and whatever Steve's name was. What's the game plan here? We came to do a little bit of scouting, whatever. Are we done here? Is there anything we need to do? I mean, they're gone. I'm finished with my meal.
Oh, I would have paid DM. How much am I paying? Because she's not jipping people, but...
Sure. Yeah, you would have paid 2 gold for this meal.
Oh, yeah, not a problem.
A proper feast.
It's a feast. It was a very big meal, very well done, and you did not give any limitations. So they went all out, and it was delicious.
You know what? Just so they keep up with, or so they keep putting up with my coming in here and frightening their patrons, I'll pay a 5 in total.
All right. Frightening their patrons.
Big spender.
Yep, you do all that. So you go downstairs, you do that. The downstairs is just as big as upstairs. You've been here before.
Yep.
You know that there's bedding,
Yeah.
and all that fun stuff. But yeah, the owner thanks you.
I mean, we came down here to investigate, he air quotes, the sibling selling Lutheria's wine. And so if we're done that, then we're done.
I mean, I feel like they just like kind of came to us with that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
not so much that like the problem approached us, but maybe a potential solution. And just as quick as they appeared, they disappeared. I'm sure if they have other things to mention, they'll be back. Otherwise, this place is kind of dirty. I could use a bath. And I would love to get a little bit of R&R in before we have to do whatever this is going to be, which I'm assuming is going to come in and she'll like check her wrist in like 6 hours when the sun sets at some point randomly. I'm spitballing here. We've had a lot of experience together. This just seems natural, right? So, keep the windows unlocked. Let whomever in. I need a nap.
You say bath, or you say the baths and so on, and Cena perks up and says, I know just the place, and kind of like pulls you and Mythos to the door, and then ushers for the rest to follow her. And if you guys choose to, no.
Oh no!
No,
Don't make me take a bath, please. No.
I was just talking about how there's like barbs and dirt in my mane.
But also, Mythos kind of still wants to drink.
Bring it with us.
Yeah.
Who's gonna tell you no?
I'll bath, and then drink, and then bath again.
Why not
Double
both?
bath.
Yeah. Have you not heard the secrets of the bath, shower, bath? Or is it shower, bath, shower? I can never
It's
get
shower, bath, shower.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Can we? Oh,
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
You guys go. And
Clean
did
up?
Asimi leave first? I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simi will catch them
Yeah.
when they leave.
Okay.
Do you still look like Steven,
Oh, yeah,
or are you?
100%. He
One more
see
time,
them
Miss
leave, just kind of give a whistle, kind of like just a quick whistle and catch Calder's attention, like step into like an alleyway or something.
Yep. And you probably do need to whistle because I think Calder is getting tired of like Kira and now Matsuyami just appearing and disappearing without him noticing. So he's probably doing that thing where he's just looking around like, where the hell did they? Okay, fine.
If you want to roll an active perception check, sure.
It's gonna be worse, but I'll take it.
No roll.
Oh, what if it's a natural 20?
Simi's keeping an eye out.
Hey, look, it's my passive score.
It was a good roll, though. But
Would I need to do that given
no.
what I'm doing, Miss DM? Gotcha.
You already rolled.
Oh, no, not that one. If I'm catching this happening. AKA
No.
Steve getting their attention. Cool.
Oh.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Because, yeah. If I catch this... 18.
Yeah, you catch that.
So,
Sweet.
Simi's Steve is like at the entrance of like an alleyway or something, and probably just kind of like acting like he'll actually have like a few sheets of paper, and we'll try to like very quietly just be like, just get in the alley with me. Act like I was trying to sell you something. I'm gonna try to draw Calder into the alleyway to where there's
Mm-hmm.
hard to notice, because of the buildings and stuff. Calder like exchanging clothes, or probably just giving Asimi clothes. He'll then change and catch up with the party a few blocks down.
And as he's
Not leave the alley with Calder.
As he's handing you your clothes, Calder might just make the comment, your persona was very noticeable.
It was supposed to be. The character was supposed to be noticed for the wrong reasons.
Well, the right ones.
Anyways, I'll catch up with you all at the main street. Just look irritated when you leave.
No, that's not odd.
That's a good lad. Simi will just like chuck the old clothes like in like a trash bin or rubbish pile or something if there's one nearby, or just in a
The
quiet corner.
The streets are extremely clean, and there are places where you can throw away refuse.
So he'll find one of those that's not on the clear line of sight, and then move to catch up with the party. Yeah, like just like a few,
Sure.
streets down, like the next main intersection or something.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so you guys leave, and
As we catch up too, maybe.
sure.
Maybe like, oh, there you guys are. How's dinner?
Oh my god, where have you been?
I
You missed it. Literally all of dinner.
And, what can I say? I don't need much fuel to power me and my incredible exploits. Where's that Medusa girl? You didn't. Did you lose her?
Did they lose me? What are you on about?
Okay.
All of a sudden, poof! Someone just pops up, and it's Matsuyami.
Yeah, I'm just in step with you guys.
Yep.
No.
Simi loves when you do that.
More I am showing off that I am useful. But how did you know me?
Simi's got his spear.
Yeah.
Now. He's gonna go to try to grab her. Like by the
Okay.
arm. Like aggressively and like pull her to the side.
Rollies.
What?
Gotta roll for that.
You gonna resist it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. What would the roll be?
Oh, Jeebus. I rolled a
Athletics, I
6.
guess.
Yeah, athletics versus
Look, I have to
acrobatics.
roll. I have to roll an 8. Didn't.
Hey!
You guys are so bad at this.
I'd like to imagine that Asimi does manage to grab her, but like she gets away. But it's like this really pathetic show from the both of them. Like very little effort
Yeah.
from both sides.
But it's one of those things where
He's trying to like grab across the spear instead of like with it,
it's like
He's not
someone
used to
takes a
it.
step and stumbles, and they like bounce off of each other rather than actually death displays.
Like jerks their arm out of the way and like slaps the wall really hard and
Basically.
But the thing is still like we need to talk privately and try to like
By absolutely all means. Particularly given that was a very interesting performance.
he's not responding. He's trying
Yeah.
to like indicate to the group that like that he does he's alarmed. Like he's trying to
Yeah.
be aggressive, right?
Yeah,
and
and-
like get this woman.
She's
Out
gonna
of
hold
the
up both
mainstream or
hands and go, all I'm saying is I was showing off my talents. You said you needed someone to get in and get out,
We
and
need to talk in private with this girl.
not a one of you noticed me. So I'll come with. And like again, hands up away from weapons and shield. Just okay.
Drumkey would then turn to Sidon and maybe ask, is there somewhere private we can go? Will the
You can just talk in an alley
for
or
this
something.
conversation?
Yes, there is. Come follow, and she will lead you to what looks to be like an actual, like regular tavern. I'm assuming you guys are making your way into the city, right? From the dock.
I want it to be somewhere actually like where people are watching.
No, no, I know. But are you guys making your way to into the city, or are you guys still on the dock?
Guess
wanna
we
make
would have been returning to the palace.
Okay, so she leads you to a place that it looks like it's like a bunch of buildings. She goes into one of the buildings and she makes a reservation, and she leads you guys inside, and it's a private like your own private office in a sense. Doors closed. It's quiet. It's secluded. It's just you in there. So it's a rental.
Perfect.
How do you know Peneus? Same with the last, just kind of,
The mistress works with many interesting characters.
Who's the mistress?
And she'd kind of look over at Senna again, just with this look of, I can't say it, but offering for her to speak up about it.
Yeah, Sina goes over and she says, that would be the Lady of Coin.
Yes, I did hear you, Senna, and I appreciate that. But who is the mistress?
The Lady of Coin. She's the mistress. We call her the Mistress of Coin.
You don't know anything else about her?
I know where I go to get my mistress.
Insight check. If I can. Timmy's trying to see
Sure.
if she's trying to lie about
Yeah, go.
knowing more about this.
Yeah,
Mysterious
against deception.
figure.
Sure. Or
Oof.
are you rolling perception or persuasion?
I was just gonna roll insight.
Yeah. No. Oh, also you are on private.
I know because I didn't want them to know which one I rolled.
I see.
So
Like you're telling the truth.
exactly. No, definitely not giving. She knows who the Mistress of Coin is. She knows where they are, probably even. But
I heard what Mythos said about us trying to fight the twins, and if your mistress is working and shielding agents of the twin, well then, by protecting her, you're protecting our enemies.
I do not believe she would shield nor protect this person. They merely have a working relationship. You've probably worked with an unsavory person you didn't want to before, yes?
Never in my life, Gaia. Flash a grin to Gaia and wink. Can you arrange a meeting then?
I could
Or
perhaps...
Better
get
yet,
word
take
to-
us to her.
That cannot be done. I could get word to her for you, but
Why can't it be done?
she does not meet with people. That is why we exist.
You've never met with her?
Once. She does not meet with the common folk. It is the reason we exist.
Andromache might lean in and say, "We are not just common folk. If
No,
this is a
agreed.
matter of such urgence, perhaps a meeting with the mistress might be."
Even I cannot simply meet with the mistress, is what I am telling you.
What's the nature of this request, really? My companions lacked the desire to inquire more deeply, but what? You want us to go fight something? Why, exactly? I didn't really catch that.
Or whether or not you fight, I intend to go to this place. It was merely having a couple of people come with me and knowing that there will be a fight to be a distraction would be wonderful for myself.
What's the distraction for?
Distracting the person I intend to talk to so I might get more than they mean to give me. The mistress is unhappy with
Illusions
me.
won't do you well right now, miss.
It is not an illusion. The mistress is unhappy with all of the illegal activity they are bringing in.
Who?
I seek to... the Adder's Gall.
Who is
There is-
that?
It is not a who, it is a place. I do not know who is working in there or what is going on, hence why I am looking for the distraction to get the information I need.
You're looking to see who owns the place, or who is
Who
funding it?
Who is bringing in the illegal things. This needs to either stop or a portion be paid to my mistress. It is only fair.
Just to make sure I'm understanding this right. Again, you're looking for who is funding the operation in essence.
If you
I mean,
wish to
who
be
is
so simple
probably
with it, yes.
some unknown ship or sailors or the like that don't know what they're getting into. That's usually the way of illegal, quasi-illegal activity. Do you know anything about the brother and sister?
I'm afraid I do not.
I think it would be prudent for us to help if you can promise us a meeting with this mistress of yours. However that might be. A correspondence, if you will. We are interested in uncovering illegal activity that we've been made aware of by members of the cult of Lutheria.
I will do my very best to get word to her.
Sorry. That's really not... I don't know that will cut it for us. if you want our help.
I will do my best to get a hold of her.
What exactly was the payment that your mistress expected would satiate us to help you?
You thought that it was payment. I'm confused. I offered
You
a
thought-
fight.
You thought that your mistress thought that we would
I
help you
offered
out
my talents.
for your talent. You offered us your talents for us to help you do what you're after.
Well, it seems like the lot of you are after something. And looks directly at Mythos.
Oh, kitty. Is that mommy? Guy's gone. And I think you might have misunderstood the situation somewhat.
Perhaps.
So sorry, if I can I ask, is Mesoami implying that she knows something we want to know, and that is the payment?
No, she's implying that you guys want something. You guys need to either... she thinks it's still wine. She doesn't realize it's find illegal activity or whatnot.
Mhm. Yeah.
So she knows that you guys need to steal wine or steal something or get into this one place. That's her skill set.
Yeah.
She was showing,
Well,
I can walk around without being seen, I can gather information, and then I can come back. Her following you guys was essentially her way of doing an informal, without ask, tryout.
And worried what
Yeah.
are
And like getting
Kieran.
information on those guys, that was like one idea. We were just asked to strike a blow against the followers of Lutheria.
I think it was specifically find something out for Valis.
No, that was Valis's idea
Okay. Well, that's
of
fair,
how to
yeah.
strike a blow against
But we
them.
couldn't fight them was, I guess, the big one.
Yeah.
To steal
And I can
wine.
get in and out unseen.
That's what I
is
mean, so,
essentially what
like-
she was showing off.
Killing their wine business is
Does stuff like insurance exist in this world? Like, would the wine be insured against theft?
Lamau?
I mean, that was actually something
It
that
was a
existed
thing.
in Roman times.
In this
Loosely.
case, possibly there are
guess so.
insurances for other things if it's like in the bank. However, what you can come down to is that if wine is missing, that does impact the populace in general. So
Yeah,
if
and-
something goes missing, most people who want wine are going to find or procure it.
Yeah. What would we do with stolen wine, anyways? Right?
Drink it.
but out.
I was about to
Drink
say,
as much as we
Mythos,
can
see
while
how
we're
much
dumping
is
it.
poured into Mythos. No
Well-
evidence here anymore.
or G, have, a person who's
Resell
really
it.
good at smuggling shit.
Yeah, but they can't.
Yeah, just resell it.
I
I need money for a kingdom.
You need wine for your kingdom.
Hey, you can
I
have a
think-
smuggler on your list.
Start your own royal.
Just turn that statue we found that constantly has water flow out of it. Just enchant it to have wine constantly flow out of it. instead.
Yeah.
All right,
Go.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's see. We might look to the group then, and just kind of. I think it would be best for us to pursue something that gives Valis some legal recourse against the cult. That's the way to, I think, hamper them the most, is show the people of this city that these priests are criminals, that they're not looking
Simi,
out for the good of us.
when we met with the king, I know you were sort of out of it, but
Crazy.
something you brought up was the phrasing Trondris. This is me, the player, getting it. Is it Trondris? Trondris brought up was involved sending kids to the Temple of Lutheria. You were very opposed to it. Valis was very opposed to it. If we were to investigate the temple and see if there are any signs that children were being mistreated, sacrificed, harmed, that would give Valis legal recourse to move against the temple.
Seem to kind of hold up a hand, just kind of hold that thought with Calder and look to God, what's her name? I keep
Matsuyami?
thinking Methuselah. But
She said call her Amy. So
yeah, I look to Amy. When is this activity that you want our help for? When is that? Is that tonight? Is that imminent? Is that tomorrow?
pretty much people hang around waiting for fights down there, right, SDM?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you
There's-
feel like going.
Weekly specials.
Yeah.
If
Happy hour.
Asami will kind of look to the group, like he's getting their input as well, not speaking for the group. But if you can talk to the mistress and have any dirt, any substantial illegal activities that your organization can find about the Temple of Lutheria or the two individuals' wine business, then I think that would be an appropriate payment for our assistance. That's what we're after. That's our price, right? I don't
Yeah,
think
that sounds
that
good.
we
Yes.
could investigate well, to be frank. I mean, I have my talents, but they're very narrow in scope, and you all have your talents, and they are very bloody.
I think this could be a mutual, beneficial agreement.
Is that
Very
fair?
well.
You can contact your mistress and get a response, a promise.
I have those I could speak to. Perhaps get word from. May take me a couple of days, depending on how busy she is.
Well, we don't have a couple of days, so it might
And
be
we've got
wise
like
to-
6 hours. Like that's your window, to be quite
Well,
frank.
right, pretty much tonight is what we're looking at. Perhaps a reminder to your mistress that the Heroes of Silea have their own schedule, but also have their own.
Miss DM, to get to and from the tavern I'm thinking of, not the Otter's Gall, but the other one. About how long would that take? Because that's probably the best person or best contact I have to know what would be
Sure.
known.
You are
Why?
actually heading somewhat in that direction. So for you, it wouldn't take very long, probably 10 minutes.
I rolled
In
20.
that case, are you not going to be hanging out here for very long?
I think we're gonna go to the baths.
Oh, I
That
could go
sounds
for a
good.
bath.
It's a big famous landmark,
She's then
right?
going to
Like,
get
it's
very
big area.
pointedly look over at Cinna, going, "Is it the one I am thinking of?
Yes.
In that case, I will meet you there probably within an hour, maybe an hour and a half."
And if your mistress can't promise anything, then perhaps you could, if you fail to contact her. If you're confident in your ability to uncover that sort of thing tonight.
Very confident in my ability to get in and out. And is then going to move towards the door and step out of sight.
Before you go,
And stop at the door. Yes.
remember that secrets are best left shared.
What?
And she kind of trying to impart the, like, you tell people about me, I'm telling people about, like, that I was walking around disguised. I'm gonna tell people that you're a fucking criminal. Just kind of trying to, like, you know.
And there's just a
Impart.
smile on her face going, "Now why would I ever implicate anyone that, one of the heroes?" And there's like a roll of her eyes as she steps
Smart
off.
woman. Ugh. As soon as she leaves.
As she leaves, Andromache might do the rub her hands together in preparation, ooh, okay, and looks over to Mythos and says, "So a fight then tonight? What do you think? Dual arms, group battles?"
All of the above.
Clearly the best of us should fight. That's why I will be taking lead on this mission. See me goes to lean on a spear, but it slips out from under him a bit because he's weak as shit. Oh, shit.
So I was gonna say Andromache kicks it out from under him, but she doesn't even have to do that.
Andromache slips, thinking that there was a spear to be kicked, and then kicks too hard into nothing and loses her own weight.
Just kicks Gaia in the shin by accident because the spear suddenly moves.
Just out of nowhere, just fucking.
And you should
Gaia
come
reflexively
see
punches
us.
Senna, like the
See us.
shit.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah. Mythos invites Cena to come too.
Absolutely wouldn't miss it.
So Medusa are like common enough where she wouldn't be the first one we've ever met, right?
Oh, I guess it would depend. I'm not saying they're common. They tend, because of the association, the negative associations with them, and even prejudice with them, they are usually hidden among the common folk. Unless you see their hair, you don't know.
I feel like Asimi probably did in his
You would. Oh, yeah, you absolutely
long background, yeah. So I think
You
he'll like
absolutely would.
as the group's leaving, he'll just be like, I definitely need a bath. I always feel like I need a bath after talking to one of them.
Okay.
That's racist.
What do you mean, what of that?
They're-
You all kind
they're
of noticed that Gaia's a
oath
little
breakers.
fucking drunk.
they're oath breakers.
Gaia, how? You had 2 drinks. How are you already this drunk?
It was just,
Besides the point!
you didn't even finish the second one.
Hollow bones.
Was some are good at some things, others are good at others, and I'm not good at this, and you know it.
Real
Just
quick,
kinda
can
stumble it.
I'm going to take aside. I can't. Well, no,
That's
I
right.
can. One-on-one room.
Okay. Me?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yay.
Okay, this is way easier for whispers.
Archon is exactly who I'm going to.
Exactly. Okay, so you go over to the Satyr's Tail. Not very. It's booming, unlike the lamenting sail. You go in. You find Varkon. Varkon knows who you are. You do their typical greeting. It's pretty low key. Varkon will go ahead and get you. Send a like a little missive type of thing via not himself but through a different contact that will run it over. And so as you are waiting, what did you want to ask him anything, or should we just go straight into the information that you get from
Essentially it would be like, she's not trying to be like, they have to meet you. It is more, I need this information. If you know anything, and I didn't catch the people they're talking about, but that this particular family, if you've heard any rumor they're working with this person, if there's any like information that I can grab so we can take maybe to Valis and maybe get on her good side.
Absolutely. Okay, so you ask this information and he points out let me just make sure I have my infos right. My notes, 1 second. He points out a person in the bar who is he's quietly drinking and isn't really making like conversation or anything like that. But he's definitely he's trying to look like he's not doing anything, but he's definitely giving vibes of, you are waiting for something and you're doing a really bad job hiding yourself.
Right.
And he points out that person works as an escort at the Siren's Roost, which you are again familiar of. It's the local brothel in the area. Okay. He has been investigating the disappearances of runaway children. And you immediately understanding, like, you have the local child gang around, that they have been, if they've been rumors of like, have you seen little Timmy kind of thing, and I haven't been able to find them.
She would, just because all of my characters seem to share this trait and I can't stop it, she'd probably be like the kind of person who's not necessarily training the gang, but like, oh, you could do that better. So if any of them have gone missing, she's probably going to notice.
Okay. Absolutely. So then you would notice that there are, it can chalk up to, because of the storm, everyone has kind of like, they usually huddle together, but for some reason, someone's missing and you're not entirely sure why. So it's very interesting that these are missing. This person's trying to find, his name is Callistor, and he is he's a very handsome, lithe male, humanoid. And when it's come up that he is pointedly clocking the temple of the cult and the Temple of Lutheria behind it. So that is a point of like conjecture from what you heard briefly from the heroes, the one Fey dude, something about kids missing. He also then Varkon also mentions that certain wines have been going missing, and so maybe there could be bandits or something like that, but you being you know it's those little bastards that are taking the Lutheria's wine, stealing some of their stuff because they don't trust them and they think they're stealing the kids. They're part of their little gang group.
So they're stealing the wine in their way of getting back for them taking their friends.
Exactly. See, yep, there's that. And so, but there's only so much they can do. And you definitely know that if they get caught, and this is something that you can put two to together, you don't maybe know 100%, but this is something that is up their sleeve that they would do. If they get caught, not only is it a crime, but they may never come back if it's the cult of Lutheria, if it's the Tellus and Septia that catches them first. So it's dangerous kind of all around. So those are the two things that you get is kids are missing, and the kids that are being, the little gang kids that are being the victims of it basically are kind of striking back. And if anything were to happen and they were caught by the two siblings, that they would never probably be seen again.
Okay.
Let's see. Is there anything else? That's kind of...
Then I'd just simply be waiting on the crow from the mistress to be like,
yes.
If you go to this place, you would probably find evidence if you can, or if you can get in or check out this area or,
yeah. So the crow would, of course, the letter that the mistress would have sent back to you would have a detailed blueprint, basically, a copy of a blueprint of the Temple of Lutheria. So not only do you have that, but there's also a second saying while they do have a cellar, there's more to the cellar than what people see. And while she does not have a blueprint of that because it's a later addition and it was not blueprinted, that there may be other places underneath the cellar that could be some types of transportation system or something else. She's never had any issues with the cult of Lutheria as they produce wine. So she hasn't really had a big interest. However, there is more to the front than meets the eye. And then if this is a point of like contention basically, and the heroes want to meet her, she is giving you...
Essentially, I get to be the voice for her?
You get to be the voice. Yeah, basically you're the voice.
Okay.
If there's something that is like, if you feel that this is something that can be beneficial, as she is a businesswoman and she is pragmatic, it could be a worthwhile investment. So, yeah.
Okay, in that case, I would essentially hang out here, and then once getting the letter, be like, all right, Varkon, and kind of lift it up, fold it, and wave it. I've got work to do.
Okay, all right, we go back.
It's a scene.
Oh, he's definitely been paying.
Oh my god.
Hey. Oh man, you guys are having fun up here without me. What is going on?
Nothing.
What in the hell? Oh my god. Y'all and your Discord gifts are fantastic.
Hey, I can honestly say Chinny started it.
That's true.
Chinny stepped away just to get a drink. He has a headset in though, so.
Well, this is then a good time to take a break because it is almost at that 30 point.
Okay.
So we can come back in about like 13 minutes or so at the 40 point.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, cool. All right, well, BRB. Bye. And we're live. You guys know me so well. All right. So, yeah, you guys talked with Matsuyami. Had a bit of a good cop, bad cop moment a little bit. Being like, if you don't get us a meeting with your mistress, fuck you. I don't care. And Matsuyami was like, y'all are kind of dicks, but I'll ask. So she went off, disappeared as you guys went to the bath of Valis, the baths of Valis, whichever. A very famous, well-deserved name. Very, very beautiful. As she went and got some pieces of information. So we'll say that took the entire 45 minutes, hour or so. You guys are still at the baths. It's relaxing. Mythos, you're getting your hair done by Sina, and Gaia, you're just like soaking it in, all the grime, dirt, like tension, everything that has been going on. You're just getting like, there's these, I'm gonna do it. There are Thylean jets in these baths, and you're getting like some really great pressure points, and it's just like, yes, like all over, just probably falling asleep.
There are some students from the Wizard Academy casting prestidigitation somewhere.
Basically. There are people playing beautiful instruments, and it's just very light echoing. And you guys again are the heroes. You guys have basically helped in the aid of getting the city back together from Sidon's, and so you guys are kind of just given the royal treatment. Like, this is beyond VIP. You're VVIP. So bringing it back after about, we'll just say like it's a full hour and a half, and you guys are relaxing so nicely. Mythos, your hair, you got braids in your hair now, but like badass braids, like Viking style almost, and you're very clean, nice and shiny. Not in like a gross way, but in like a nice satin way. And Gaia, yes, sleek. And Gaia, you're refreshed. Like, it's kind of like you took a long rest.
Is she sober?
That's sobered. Mild buzz, but like
Happy sobered?
Yes, happy bird.
I think a Asimi, for what it's worth, probably is just like he uses prestidigitation, every day to keep his clothes clean, his appearance nice, etc. So rather, like, he's not spoiling himself. He's just finding a nice quiet place in the bath to just sit and soak. That's his. Doesn't need the royal treatment.
History. Guy, I was just gonna be like, the cucumbers on the eyes, relaxing in like a hot tub. Like, this is absolutely lavish.
I think Asimi will tell like the attendants or something that Calder has a tough time getting like accustomed, but like he really enjoys being pushed into like really having like the full treatment. Like go all out on him. Like don't take no for an answer from him.
Oh, joke's on you. Calder loves spa days.
Wonderful.
I was about to say,
it works out great.
Like he normally has braids in his hair and everything. That's all undone, so the hair is kind of hanging down over his face. He's just soaking, having a good time.
Mm-hmm. He would kind of watch and be like, huh. Fuck me.
Yeah. Like, this Fae boy is from the Ilium. Like,
they're normally just so filthy, though. It's crazy. It's wonderful. Good for him.
More like filthium.
Just let me know when I'm in.
You're pushing it now, Gordon.
Too far.
I don't even know him.
You exit. So you guys are, like I said,
I think we were waiting in the bath for.
Yeah, I said I was coming to them.
Oh, you're coming to. Okay, I wasn't sure if you guys were meeting outside when you were done or something. Sure. Okay. So yeah, you enter. You're very familiar with the baths. It's busy. No one really kind of. Like, this is a place where even business transactions happen. We're talking about almost like Japanese or Korean saunas where like you get people in there, you start talking business sometimes.
Right,
So
right.
there's private baths.
So before too long, you guys would probably hear nearby going, "You do not mind the intrusion, do you?"
Thought it took days to get a hold of your mistress.
It could. I said could.
Matsuyami will like shoo out any servants linger, if there are any, and
Yeah, anyone who was
Give us
around should wait
privacy.
for them to leave before stepping fully in.
Now you ask for privacy, and they go ahead and disengage from the rubbing of the shoulders. There might be a little bit of like a but yeah.
In that case, so a lot of you were hoping to get into the temple or figure things out. And she'd very pointedly pull out and hold up away from the water what looks to be a blueprint.
we're looking for illicit activity being done by the cult of Theria.
That they are taking children, yes. The CBC has been affected by it.
Can
What?
The CDC?
CBC.
The Center of Disease Control has been affected
Yes.
by the
Canadian
Kentucky
Broadcasting Corporation.
Oh shit! What does the CDC recommend for disappearing children? Plague?
No,
Is
CB.
it masks? Just masks?
Pretend it never
Rages.
happened.
One at the door and one on the inside.
Your
No, I know for a fact that there is definitely something happening there, and that and she would kind of point to what is supposed to be underneath. There is more added on from after the mistress got a hold of this and fold it back up.
no, kind of. What are you saying? What that there's
You
some?
wish to cause a distraction and let people investigate, yes?
No, sorry.
And I'm looking at Mythos as I say it, even though you're talking.
You're saying that there's where was this on the map? There's a secret.
That they
Favorite
expanded the temple grounds since the blueprints were drawn up.
And the children are being taken there?
Not certain the children are taken there, but I do know that they are going missing.
And that the cult is behind it.
Indeed.
And this is your knowledge or your mistress's?
Mistress's knowledge. However, I have been given permission to speak for her on her behalf.
A big shot.
Just kind of shrugs her shoulders. The mistress is a very lucrative businesswoman.
Okay, well, so
Tongue.
what's the game plan here then?
So we go and help. We'll go to the fighting ring and help you out tonight. Or now, I suppose.
I thought
And
you only had
then-
hours left to do this, and waving the folded blueprint she has.
So, like, guy
have
will lift up
tonight.
her wrist and look at it. 4 hours.
We have as long as is necessary to see the matter of taken care of. If I was under the assumption that came with a price, are you saying that this is now our focus?
Let me say, knowing that these are the beings behind taking children that are important to me, this is now more important to me than my other dealings.
All right. So what's the plan?
What do you know of the temple? And she kind of would, kneel down next to where everyone is in the water and lay out the blueprint now.
It's bad.
You know, and at this point,
Of course.
Matsuyami is like rubbing her temple. You're telling me you do not know how many people are there. You do not know
Oh
changes.
yes.
You've done none of the investigating.
Lady, we showed up to this town to stop a
We've been
fucking...
busy.
No, we haven't looked into the temple. We've just caught word of it, and we thought it was important, so here we
I
are.
said this was a matter that came to our attention. Oh, I don't know, 3 hours ago. Sorry. That's why I
My
asked. What
information is not being shared.
it is now? Share the information. You must have a plan. We'll need to get to the basement of the temple and investigate and free any children that are being kept there. Surely you know. Do you have an idea of this?
Would you mark where she would have marked the basement to be? And then, or like, just tell me, Miss DM.
Yeah, so in the bottom left hand, where it looks
Bottom
like
left hand.
kitchen
Yeah.
area.
Okay.
Yeah. Or storage. I'm sorry, storage area.
I will tell you what. I do not entirely have a plan, no. However, I can go see what it is I can see while a lot of you finish freshening up or whatever it is you're doing in here.
Let's maybe talk about assuming some things. We can assume that all the temple entrances are guarded. That would be a fair assumption. And
hence why I thought there would be a distraction.
Right. What sort of distraction?
I was not the one I was intending to do the distracting with.
Right. Sorry,
I
that
was
was
the
more an
one stepping
open-ended
in.
question to everybody here.
Is it not the fighting?
Well, no, the fighting was a different matter, I believe. Discussions with other people. And we can't...
Fighting was for her own personal whatever she's doing somewhere else. Now we're talking about getting into the temple.
Yeah. We can't just go and start a fight on the streets. We'll end up in jail.
Not with that attitude.
You'll end up in
I
jail.
understand there probably weren't laws where you came from in your backwater old woods. Simi's still like grinning because obviously he saw the Amazon and we're like, holy shit, these people are like advanced as fuck.
Flashback to when Simi was like, I'll go confront the intruder. No way, it's an Amazon. They'll kick my ass.
Yeah. Maybe Senna, do you think you could cause a scene in front of the temple? Maybe draw the focus of the guards in some way away from maybe a side entrance or a window that we might be able to get through to get inside?
That
I don't have any plans on that.
The Lutherians, like the lack of better terms, are they like a eccentric, go lucky party type of people?
like, do you mean like are they like, hey, party time?
Like if there were to be a performance of like singing and dancing and merrymaking in the streets, do you think they'd get caught up in it?
The guards wouldn't, I wouldn't think, right?
Yeah, the guards wouldn't, but they that is definitely Luthier's domain of just kind of letting it loose without rules and doing all of the like visceral actions. So that is something that it would be encouraged to do, even getting to the point of being a little rowdy.
I just had a thought. I'm not sure where she is right now, but didn't DC say that she was coming here if we need an extra hand causing a distraction?
Yeah, totally. Thesey definitely coming here.
You're
right.
Here's the chick
we met her at the burning farmstead, and then she played lookout for us during the basilisks.
Right.
She's the
Quote,
Spitfire.
women are fucking stupid, end quote.
Whoa.
What?
That
was
what Simi said. Oh, yes.
During the
I thought you were saying that. I was like,
during the
Childbirth.
Yeah, childbirth. Burning temple.
Wait, DC wasn't the one who
She was a
gave
guard.
birth.
No, she was.
Yeah.
She was.
Feels like an age ago already.
Yeah. Right.
That feels like years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Um.
Now look at us now.
But what sort of distraction? Like that's I think the crux of the issue. What sort of distraction could that wouldn't just get people arrested? Or honestly, maybe they could get arrested because if it comes out that like, oh, they were hiding, they were stealing babies in the temple, then there's a good chance we could get that crime forgiven.
I think Mythos could survive prison.
But we also want us to be in the temple, I think, too, right? In case we have to fight people, like fight guards that are guarding the kids. That was my thought. I don't want to necessarily split the party on that point.
So what if we just get a large congregation of people, so to speak, to happenstancely march down through the streets where the temple is at and cause a large enough crowd of people that if, I don't know, 1 or 2 guards got hit with like a rock.
Gaia,
Hear
What?
me out.
I love you. Literally,
But like,
just what I was thinking.
hear me out a second. though. So we know the Temple of Lutheria, they get like wine. Wine is one of their things, right? So what if we
Yeah.
take wine barrels, okay, and get inside them? Get you inside the temple.
Those 4 hours.
Why don't we take the temple and push it somewhere else?
I like the thought. I like where your heart is, Mythos. We need a really big wine barrel, and actually, we just used all the biggest wine barrels for the celebration yesterday. The storm, it wouldn't work. It could
Well,
work.
you
I
could
actually
use
like that
different
idea.
barrels,
Trojan
like one for
wine.
Gaia, one for Andromache. I would have to find a different way in.
You could be pushing the barrels on the cart that you carried all of us in.
He's kind of
Oh,
noticeable.
Good call, actually.
No, it's
Yes.
not a good call.
This is
No.
this is my tribute, and it comes with a wrestling match.
No. wait, what?
Throws the CV in a headlock.
I personally definitely like the idea of causing a mob outside. It serves twofold, and then if we can confirm the mob's suspicions, that would undercut the temple even further. I think we could rowdy up, especially given that speech. I really am sad I missed that speech, guy. I was there was 2 sirens at the palace that were talking about it. Could not stop talking about it. I tried to make them stop. I cut out their tongues, and they were still talking about it. They were that enthralled by the speech you gave. Obviously, I didn't cut out anybody.
She'll just throw one fist in the air, Breakfast Club style, like.
I bet. I think we could get a mob going and get them in front of the temple. Get a few rocks thrown. Get some more guards posted at the front.
So let me just be clear. I don't want us assaulting the temple, so to speak. I'm more thinking.
We assaulting the
there's-
temple.
there's
The mob is assaulting the temple.
No unnecessary casualties in the terms of
No.
we make innocent bystanders murderers. I don't want that.
No, not murder. Just a
Let's
mob.
revisit the idea of sneaking in. Because if we find children there, then I can obviously kill everybody on our way out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just worried. We're not very stealthy. We are the antithesis of sneaky. So I was hoping
We
to
would
draw
need
some
some
guards.
kind of magical aid. Or wine barrels to hide
You
in.
know, you say that. I do have a scroll that could get me and you in.
Gaia, Andromache, and I can be fairly light on our feet. It's just most of the time we prefer the direct approach as a group.
What if
Wait,
before
what if I just flew on the roof with Andromache and lowered her in via a rope?
through the roof?
I'm sure there's a glass pane
I'm
somewhere we could
gonna
open.
look at the blueprints. Is there a way in on the ceiling?
Ceilings aren't necessarily on the blueprint. It's just
Right.
yeah. So you're not
Do
sure.
we maybe know, having looked at the temple, from like the I don't know if something overlooks the temple, like the palace or something.
You can't.
Well, I've
really-
never been in the palace, so I don't know.
You
I'm like
from where-
mildly kidding.
unless you guys scouted out, you're not entirely sure the whole facade of what the
You know,
temple
though.
looks like.
Hold up. Okay. You fly through. Okay, so Matsuyami, sneaky as shit, sneaks into the temple, opens a window or something. You fly Andromica in there. Me and Mythos dimension door inside, and Calder does his like Eladrin bullshit and poof inside. We're all inside.
Ah, yes.
I'm looking at
That's
these
the sound it
footprints.
makes.
I do not see a window.
There has to be a window in this temple. Or door. I mean, maybe... could you knock out the guard or something, Drone?
Well, see, that's why I want to have a mob in the front, so when we go to the back, it's like one on...
Looks like it's
Six.
built into a mountain.
We just...
Yeah, there is no back.
There is no back.
What?
Yeah.
Heck.
It has to be like a side. Every place has a side.
Heck.
They don't take all like their
There are no
food and
windows.
dirty sheets in through the main door. What the fucking crypt? I hate Lutheria. Has it come up before?
Oh.
You guys, I hate Lutheria.
Let's
I'm
revisit
gonna make the
that.
sign against
First,
evil.
We get
and
a
then
wagon,
middle finger.
then we get some barrels, and we say this is tribute for Lutheria. It's Trojan horse theory, right?
What's Trojan?
condom.
Old Pylean tale.
Ellie!
I don't hate the idea. I don't think we can sneak Mythos in that way. But again, Asimi does have a scroll of dimension door.
You mentioned knocking someone out. Not exactly my forte. I do, however, have this lovely little thing, and she'll pick up the iron ball she'd been tossing around all night.
What, like?
I don't know what that
Like a
is, but I
bouncy
think
ball or
half
like
of
a
our group is
ball?
really good at
That-
knocking people out.
These are iron bands of binding. I can lock someone down in a place, and assuming they do not pass a strength check, they're not getting out of it.
Can they scream?
So she's
No.
that kind of mistress. Oh my god.
At that, Masomi just gives this big grin of, maybe.
Depends on who's asking.
However, no, I could not scream with this either. I could use it further within. I do not see it working on two that are outside. Singular person.
I like the idea, even with a mob, I think we have a better chance. I don't know. The Trojan wine situation seems like so sus to me.
Because you're not a
Because
fellow
it's
partier, brother.
Yeah. Maybe
Well-
that is our best plan.
The one issue I can see with the wine thing is Mythos is what, like 500 pounds himself without his gear?
Yeah.
So
I feel like they'd pick up
why
the
he
wine
has
and
to be the
like,
one delivering it.
Right, but you're also, no offense, Mr. Bright Shiny Mane, entirely recognizable as...
I think you
So-
could get in, but I don't think we could. I think we'd attract the attention of like the high priest and such, and I don't think that's a bone we can pick right off the bat.
I mean,
Is there
it's
any?
kind of his. It is kind of his like background feature though. Is like he's a noble. He can go places.
Ooh.
I
Like
agree
if he
with-
shows up with these like wine barrels and he's like, "I'm here to see what's his face," and
think
deliver
brother-
him a tribute to make amends for things I said in the courthouse. Don't really give that much explanation. They're
Yeah.
guards. They shouldn't be questioning a noble anyway.
What if?
I don't hate that.
What if?
I actually really like that, yeah.
So my issue, like the only hookup, because I like the idea a lot. My hookup is like, okay, we get inside, we're in wine barrels. Mythos, we just leap out of them. Like, how does Mythos get to the point where he's not being watched, where we can sneak downstairs?
It's
What if
play it as we
Mythos?
go.
What if Mythos gives them the wine barrels, leaves, and then Asimi dimension doors him like downstairs, and you guys like they take you guys to like the storage room.
Do
Presumably.
you have to? How can you dimension door anywhere, or do you have
Yeah.
to be able to see it?
No, as long as I know, like looking at the blueprints, even I bet that would be enough. You don't have to see
Right.
the location.
You could just be able to estimate the distance. If I, do it
Right.
like
Right.
182 feet, that means I can. Okay.
And then if I do teleport into stone, I get shunted. I think.
And
And-
you,
Yeah.
And get hurt a bit.
you mentioning that Matsuyami would speak up to. Before my work with the mistress, I was rather talented in some unsavory things. I could more than make us blend in fairly well. I'm used
What
to
if-
smuggling things in and out.
Yeah. What if she goes as a servant to like help and stuff, right? Mythos is like, oh, this is my, this is Amy, my wine bitch. She'll help you unload it.
Yeah, with my 8 strength.
No, but like your escort, like making sure things like that. They take you to like the storage room. You
Make
like,
sure it's properly stored or something.
Yeah, like she'll see to it that it gets stored.
Well,
All right.
if
And then you
it,
can maybe slip away.
if it's
while you're in
Matsuyami going inside, would Mythos even have to be there, or could she show up saying, "This is wine from
The-
Mythos of the Heroes of Thylea or the Golden Lion," or however it wanted to be presented, and then Mythos and Asimi are standing back with the scroll waiting for a signal?
I guess the problem is too with that. What is the signal?
yeah,
don't have
I'm
any,
not
like,
exactly
Long distance, unless like Ornithia could maybe give one, but
not very magical.
So
I more meant using my smuggler
I like-
background to make everything very believable.
is
Oh, gotcha.
is there
So-
like
I
any
am a smuggler,
any sort
that's
of
what I
like
do.
role we could make to like gauge the validity of this plan so far? Because I mean, I think it sounds good, but I'm unsure if we're like overlooking something obvious or
Like insight check ourselves.
like intelligence check ourselves or something
So
like
I
that.
kind of like the
How
idea
good do I
of
think my plan
all of us
is?
going in at the same time. Like Mythos can take the barrels in, and maybe
Asimi could-
would like
Dress up as a servant
Myth-
too.
yeah.
So I
I
think.
don't think.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Wait,
I was gonna
okay.
say, like I just want to like avoid certain roles because like it's not lying for Mythos to show up with some barrels and
Right.
be like, "We've brought barrels of wine for you." For
No.
what's his face? I can't remember his name. Chandras.
Chandras, I think. No,
Yeah.
Chandras is the other guy, right? Is
Chandras is the tiefling.
Yeah.
we have Gaius,
Blue
is
Theory,
the
yeah.
cult of. Oh wait, no, yeah, I'm sorry. Gaius is Sidon. Chandras.
Yeah.
You guys were right. Yeah. What if Mythos shows up with a disguised Asimi and a I can't get Methuselah out of my head.
Just call her
Matsuyami.
Amy.
Amy gets Amy, like 2 servants to help. Like, here's this wine. We'll deliver it to your, I swore to my mother that I'd see it delivered to your storage room. They're like, okay, obviously a couple guards go with you, but there's 3 of us. Like, we don't look like anything. We get to the storage room. Everybody busts out. We knock them out. Go downstairs.
So like
Find
as a
the
player,
kid.
I think we might even be jumping the gun. Maybe we should do the friggin' fight distraction so that we can get Methuselah to investigate the twins that are the wine merchants. So we
Well,
could
now we
just
want to save the kid, right?
disguise as one of them with their wagon and their barrels
Oh.
while they're tied up
Asimi-
back at their house.
Asimi could do that.
Yeah.
And that, in theory, that would be like a deception roll, like at the gates, and Asimi's
And I'm not amazing at it, but I'm not terrible
Well,
at
we don't.
deception.
She wouldn't have to speak. Like, she could be dressed up, yeah, like a servant to help out. Yeah, I think that actually could work out great.
But something
Maybe
I pointed out with that gift that I posted in Discord, there are big wine barrels. Like they are common like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking of the like smaller ones, but
Yeah.
there totally are large ones.
I think that could work. We'd have to get a look at these brother and sister. Are they twins? Whatever. Get them to speak so Asimi can hear them, so he can impersonate their voice, take their voice.
Okay, well, remind me again. So what It was Methuselah's. What's the name?
Mesuami.
Amy.
Metsuami, sorry, everybody
Methuselah.
keeps saying like
Alex said
Methuselah.
Methuselah
I'm
once, and
so-
now everyone else is
so
tripped out.
bad.
It's okay. I
Mesuami.
don't need a name.
Oh, there's blue
What
people.
is Mesuami? Is the job she wants like in? Does that line up with us going after those siblings?
No.
Yeah,
No,
that's
her
okay.
job is an entirely separate thing. She was like, I'm offering to help you. In return, you help me.
Yeah, but
What
now
that
we
means-
just fully focused on the
Yeah,
kids
if that
thing.
means at the moment helping you guys save these kids, she's willing to do that first now rather than the other way around.
Oh. That's... Okay, yeah, sure.
She doesn't trust you guys any more than you trust her. When she got the information from a source she finds reliable, now she's willing to help.
It's a fucking donkey. Now, so cute. Yeah. Man, if only there was like a dimension doors, 6 people squall.
So you guys, someone asked Cena something, so I will go ahead and interject, or she will interject. It's not uncommon of your idea, oh my god, I lost your accent. Sorry. It is not uncommon to gift such wines, especially if you are, as you are, noble, and then also there was a big party, maybe their wine reserves are lowered, and it wouldn't be too unexpected that they would receive refillment.
Do you think that's the best plan? We have to make sure it's like not like good enough to where they want to drink it immediately, though.
Oh, they don't drink it, they pass it around. Why would they drink their own wares?
Right.
Oh, you give them like a little one at the gate.
Yeah, include a couple actual things of wine that way.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh, what vintage are you bringing us? You
Yeah,
can give them a sample and not just have like mythos fur come out of the spigot.
I kind of feel like that. If we can
They
get,
just uncork it, it's Mythos' butt.
I feel like that's a good plan. Maybe a Simi disguised and Mesuami. I don't even know that we have to involve. Like, maybe we could just say we're from that family, right? We don't have to say we're them, right? Because like there's the connection. It's like, oh, here's the shipment from them, and just pass it off as if this is routine.
I mean, yeah, you could probably Mythos could probably drag the whole thing and just have like a cloak over and act like, one of those slave minotaurs.
I'm afraid of that they would just
Doesn't
look
even
up
have
at
to
the
say
cloak,
anything.
right? That seems like a pretty shallow disguise. I feel like hiding in the barrel would be better.
But I mean,
if
it's a
that's
pretty
how-
metropolitan city.
Yeah, that's true too. And making those barrels is probably pretty hard. If you think maybe as long as a Simi can do the talking, there's a good
we
chance.
I think maybe perhaps we should go scout it out. What if the guards aren't even that good at guarding? I mean, this is the Temple of Lutheria. Yes, a temple, but people can just walk in,
Oh, that's a good point too. Fuck.
Oh,
And maybe
yeah.
maybe Mythos just goes with the cloak on. Everybody goes with the cloak on, and we just walk in and just see if we can just slip down the hallway.
You take your cloaks off? Sorry.
Yeah.
You telling me you got to stay
Medusa.
animals your whole movie?
And also, it isn't. I mean, what if you wanted to go the whole we are tourists route and we want to take a look and we heard so much about Lutheria Temple. I don't.
Mythos. He's very conspicuous. Very conspicuous.
I'm just saying, most temples are open, so you
Right.
maybe just bring it down a notch.
Most temples aren't the Temple of Lutheria either.
Yes, but she is the patron of wine.
Open night?
Yes. All the fun, in quote, what she calls fun, even though I don't think it's fun at all.
What if we just show up? Maybe Mythos is carrying a wine barrel. That way, it's hard for they can't look at him, right? Oh, that's the servant. Oh, drop your cloak. No, I'm holding the fucking wine barrel. Everybody else goes cloaked up. Maybe disguises up. I don't know. It's worth
Put
disguising.
everybody into one of
Everybody
those
but-
big ones. And Mythos could probably carry it. I got 22
True, you have
strength.
22
Strap
strength.
it to his back.
Yeah, the three fight people that look scary, And then Asimi. If Asimi shows up, it's like, I've come to bring a gift from Queen Valis, a token of peace. Nobody's going to take me as a threat.
Oh,
Yeah. And then if we need to leave them behind, then the two of us can leave and dimension door back in. And then they won't
Boom.
suspect that there's anybody in the temple.
That's
We got it.
beautiful.
I would say don't drop Valis's name. That's probably
Okay.
not the best thing, especially if
Cast
she's
this
trying.
from the king?
No.
But can
no,
we
dragon.
hold on a
no,
second?
Dragon,
Can we just back up? I would like you to know, Oshimi, that I am a master at stealth. We just don't happen to be in my environment. On the savannah, I am practically
I knew that. I knew that. Of course I knew that. It's just that we weren't in the civil. And we don't have the capacity to push the temple somewhere else.
right.
I like this plan a lot. I think that would work well. If I could go up, act, if they do notice that it's you, yeah, we could leave. I'll have scouted hopefully taken to the storeroom, because you just get the heaviest fucking barrel of wine that like 10 guards wouldn't be able to pick up, but you're a fucking beast. So it's okay.
Looking at the blueprint, roughly how far from the kitchen / where we think they store the wine is the street?
I mean, like, just like a straight line going through, or with the twists and the turns?
Just a straight line.
I can count for you. 1 second.
Looks like it's only like 30 feet ish.
Is it within 100 feet, roughly?
Let's see. Yeah, I would say within. So, actually, I lied. It's freaking like. Okay, if I do it from here. Yeah, it's 35. Yeah, it's definitely within 100 feet.
I may have a way. If Mythos and Asini end up having to leave the premise afterwards, I may have a way to signal you guys when it's time to use the scroll if it becomes necessary. But
You're a fucking wizard. Crazy.
it would take me a bit over an hour to make the preparations.
We have time. I think we'll need that much time to get a barrel and get people inside of it. How are we gonna get people inside of a wine barrel? Is that a normal thing?
So that's hilarious. Wine is very easy to get. There are wine and vineyards all through, like, on both sides of Mitra. So if you had to go and grab some barrels, some big ass barrels and a wagon, I'm pretty sure you can definitely do that and convince some people. If you're trying to be sneaky about it, you can either let Sina and Matsuyami do it, or maybe you're in disguise to see me. It's something that can be done.
See me trust Senna to handle that for sure.
And
We have a
then,
barrel maker is called a Cooper.
really? A Cooper. Okay, so you find a Cooper, and his name is probably Cooper.
Steve Cooper.
Remember Kobe?
Kobe.
Yeah.
He is
The
now
jeweler?
Kobe.
Remember Molly Mom?
Oh wow, that's not cool. We all remember Molly Mock. Rest in
I think this is a genius plan at this point.
I, the player, am super down with this plan.
I am loving this plan. The only thing that Sina just says is, like, do not use Valis's name. Especially if you're trying to make it a thing that is not connected with her. And she says she used the name Neurodragon instead, because the Neurodragon family, they are very prestigious because they are part of the original Dragonlords, but they also are suppliers of wine. Like, they are our family of, like, they can make wine ish, and they can sell it to the temple, so you can use Neurodragon's name.
Could also just say, because like Asimi's gonna go in not disguised. Is that right? With Mythos in the back, that way if they
Sure.
like, hey, you have to show us your face, and it's like, oh, it's Mythos. Yeah, well, first, because this is Asimi, the hero. We just are gonna try to, like, not get them to ask and not take Asimi.
Well, you have really good deception.
right.
And if Mythos is just, like,
Press to the
hiding under a cloak, make him look like a slave.
Yeah, that's the impression we'll give off. And then if they're like, wait, no, that's Mythos, it's like, yeah, we never said it wasn't Mythos. and then we can leave and dimension door back in without arousing suspicion. Of course, we are going to have the barrel be,
Well-
most, like, at least partially filled with wine.
So Gaia and
How are we
Dropkick and
getting out?
Calder are
Was
just
this
being
TV?
submerged
Flushed
in
out.
wine.
So how are we getting
maybe
out?
Don't go as a Simi.
What?
So 2 things. Maybe don't go as a Simi, just so if we're wrong, we don't have to tie our names to it. But that kind of becomes a moot point because if we get in there and we're wrong, then we have to swallow our pride and be like, "We broke in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you let us out?"
Yeah, I think
Uh,
going as a Simi is.
Yeah. But if we're right, then we are kind of justified in just like
Mhm.
leaving on our way out, being like, "I'm fucking come back and get you. Y'all's is done. We got you now, suckers. Don't you hide nothing while we're
exactly.
gone."
If we do it, if we don't even hide it, it's even that much more badass when we come out.
Right.
But that
Yeah, I'm down.
sneaker.
I'd like
I
to
think-
destroy the whole temple.
Okay, so plan is, Calder does his prep work for the signal thing. Senna and Matsuyami go to the Neurodragon family, or like their the place, or I mean, do they like? Can we buy a barrel of wine that big right now? And just
Sina
like take
says,
the lid off.
"You know what? Don't worry about it. I will go. Let's." And she looks over at Matsuyami. You want to make some? You want to
She's like,
trick some
get
people?
me out! Get me out of here!
Okay,
We
fine,
get the
let's
barrel
go.
of wine. We go to the Cooper, to get the lid up. The three amigos hop in. We seal it back up. Mythos picks it up. We go to the temple. The Simi goes there. It's like, on behalf as a token of good faith, and lies his way, bullshits his way to where he gets, like, we will
Yes,
deposit this. I have to
that.
go with you because this is a huge fucking barrel, and my boy here, just I have a porter here carrying it. He's obviously a beast. You can't carry it.
And
You
that's when
show
the
us where
scene
store-
swipes, and we're there. So do your roll.
I figured we'd do that potentially next week.
All right. So, from what I'm understanding, the plan is 2 people are going to go to the Neurodragon household and secure 7 wine barrels, one for each of you.
No.
No,
Which sorry.
one
No,
big
the
ass
massive
barrel.
one.
barrel.
Oh, one
That can
massive
fit-
barrel. Okay.
That'll fit 3
the
of them.
guy is pretty small, and Andromache is small, and Calder's not big. So
Okay. So
one big one should be.
Okay, so one big one, no wagon.
No.
Okay, one big one, no wagon, and like a small one that has sample. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, sure. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
a wine glass, or like a bottle.
A little wine,
of it.
a little
Yeah.
miniature.
Something that we
It's
can-
a boxed wine. We're getting a boxed
Yeah.
wine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And some cups. Okay, so then they will go do that, and then you are prepping a spell that's gonna take an hour. You guys still have then 2 hours left over. What are you planning on doing? We'll say this talk would have been about 30 to 45 minutes, which is why
It
it's
checks
2
out.
hours left. Okay.
We did want to, like, we'll need to be able to have somebody to take the lid. I don't know if we have to role play that out, or we can just like pay a Cooper apparently for their.
Don't worry about
discretion.
that. That is on Sina and Matsuyami, and
We have to get the trio in there and then seal that.
Yeah.
up.
I see.
But otherwise,
worry
yeah,
about
I think
that
that's
then.
good. I think we're good then. I think that's
Okay.
it. Asimi, does Mythos wear armor? No,
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah.
still wears armor. Would
Yeah,
he
he
want
wears
to
half plate.
go with armor,
Oh.
or would it be better for him to
Yeah,
go
hide it
without?
on. That's why he's got to wear the like rags and stuff. Yeah.
Do we have does Gaia has a bag of holding, right? Or a
Yep.
thing of holding?
Yep.
Can we
Any
put
bag of holding.
Mythos' weapon in there?
No.
Okay, but Mythos, we need to look unassuming and
I'm
unthreatening.
sorry.
So we need to put the weapon
I'm your-
in there.
I'm as much your servant as your protector. I'm your
They're
bodyguard.
definitely going to look
I'm
under
the-
the cloak if they see that axe.
They can see it. I assume there
Okay, so
would be like weapons.
we're almost certainly going to have to leave in Dimension Door back in. because they're gonna have like guards with us because we're the heroes of Thailand. They're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, whatever. Go. Or maybe they will. Some people.
I
are
thought
really
that's why you
fucking-
were going disguised. Like that's what you do, right?
I was just gonna bullshit my way.
Yeah. So bullshit your way in disguised
But if
as a
I
nerd
want-
or as anybody.
it's not that easy.
Because yeah, you can't just go in as the heroes of Thylea. Like, no, I gave that whole speech right in the thing with like I am Titanfall. Like it was.
Yeah, but I'll go in there. That's why I go in there and act like a bitch. It's not hard. And just be like, oh, we don't want this. Really, we just said that. So sorry. Here's the
It
gift.
seems like why even risk it when you're just good at lying and just lie our way in?
That's fine. Need to go. Maybe. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go spend the next hour looking around wine shops. Go to the Nero Dragon place and just talk to some of them, get their face, buy some clothes. Maybe I'll just turn my cloak inside. I've got a backup cloak. I'll just throw that on over my armor. If they ask why I'm wearing armor, I'll be like, "Cause the fucking. Have you seen it? Hello? I don't need my. Okay, sure. You know what? How about this? I'm going to put my armor in the bag of in the fanny pack of holding.
Yeah.
My armor and my shield. That's the way I look unassuming, at least. That's why I have this big burly.
Yeah.
Let's go. How about we just go, scout out? You guys go scout out the area while we go and get the barrels.
I need to go find somebody to take. If I'm going to do this. Somebody to disguise myself with magic.
Oh, she looks at Matsuyami. I can go get the barrel myself. If you want to go
No,
with
no,
me.
no, you two go that. I won't go scout out the temple. You guys can go scout out the temple. Or do we even want to scout out the temple? If they see us scouting out the temple, it might make them be like, hey, why are these people scouting out the temple?
But like I said, I think the temple's usually open. You could probably just go in if you are planning on praying.
But we're not going to. That's what Mythos is just saying.
No.
We're not going to go pray there. They
No.
wouldn't believe it.
I'm just saying to scout out to find out how many people there are exactly and.
Yeah, I can't be seen there.
I don't think it doesn't matter how many people are there, right? We're going to do this, but
I'm not comfortable going in with no information. I would happily go ahead.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can scout.
okay, yes. You scout ahead.
Yeah, and she'd kind
You
of
go
look
get the
over going-
wine.
Yeah.
I'll go find a wine merchant a Nerdo Dragon wine supplier to chat up and get their vibe going. The rest of you guys, you sit here and look pretty.
Well, except for you, Calder. You do whatever you were going to do.
You look over and Calder's at like a lit brazier chanting magic words, throwing like charcoal and herbs into it.
Gaia just has a
Salt
fan.
flying over his shoulder, like
Gaia has a fan, and she's just constantly fanning him and wiping the sweat off his brow.
Wonderful. Is there any part of this plan that Ornithea might be useful? Do we think, Andromachy?
a mechanical bird is not perhaps the most discreet of tools, I think, unfortunately.
True.
Yeah, hearing that, Matsuyami's head's gonna tilt. I'm sorry, a mechanical bird.
Yes.
Definitely not that
Stimfey.
discreet. Yeah, that's where she's just kind of like, no, definitely not that discreet. Birds fly around plenty, but mechanical ones, not so much.
Hmm.
That's true.
She perhaps keep a watch over the temple in case we see something arriving, like something unexpected entering the temple. She can swoop in or otherwise alert you. I'm not sure entirely her capabilities.
How about this? We less talk. Matsuyami, let's just go.
Oh yeah,
I should have
Matsuyami
been
is
gone
dead.
already.
She's out.
Okay.
She
Good,
mentioned the
so-
mechanical bird and is gone now.
So Sina and Matsuyami just like ditch y'all to go do their thing. And Asimi, you are going to the Neurodragon estate.
I'm
Are
just
you-
gonna go somewhere like maybe like if they have like a wine shop. I just need somebody. Simi needs somebody who like the
Sure.
guards might recognize as familiar. That's
As
his
familiar?
idea. Yeah, like just
Okay.
somebody who's like, oh yeah, that's fucking Johan who delivers wine every 2 weeks.
I'm gonna use Johan now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, so Gaia, Calder, Andromache, and Mythos, you are staying in this particular rental.
With the bath, right?
No, you're in a different. You're in an office.
Oh.
Sorry. No, these are the baths. Yes, these are the baths.
Y'all could have the fucking spa day of your life.
The fucking spot is just off.
I think so, unless somewhere where we have a bit of privacy so we can talk about this without people going like, oh, they're going to break into the temple, huh? That's a bold thing
That's
to
what
talk
I-
about in a public square.
That we had like a private section of the.
Yeah, you guys are VVVIPs, so you have your own enormous baths. So they have the hot bath, you have the warm bath, you have the cold bath, you have a waterfall, you have like your own place to eat, like light things, snacks and drinks. You have your own private entrance. The people who run and the servants basically have their own private entrance, but currently right now it's closed because you asked for privacy. Like you guys are private. This is like this was the royal treatment, like I said. So everything that you are in, it is, and especially with the baths being echoey and loud in general, no one can hear anything.
The Sami's been making a meal of all like the finger food that's been out for because he didn't eat dinner.
It's this is second dinner. It's equally as good. It's not like
I think he didn't eat
enormous
dinner.
food. These are more finger snack foods that aren't messy because ew, gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just been like over there with like in a towel, just like munching on the, the sliders.
The sliders, yeah. Okay, real quick then, since we do have some time, and I don't want to cut this off too early, even though you have to get to bed at 11 o'clock your time. Old man. So you said you're not looking for a Neurodragon, but you're looking for just a regular mind.
Well, maybe
wine.
maybe somebody who works for the Neurodragons. Like,
Okay.
You said that Senna said they supplied just somebody who
Yes.
who might be recognizable.
Okay,
Gonna go.
so you find at the entrance, you do. Let me actually just bring it up so that I have it here. There are definitely guards at the entrance of the Neurodragon estate. You stand in front of an opulent villa of the city, and despite its great size, the house itself is like difficult to see. The grounds are full of lush gardens, statuary, pools, fields, and a large hedge maze with what appears to be a great fountain shooting up from its center. It is a masterpiece. And it is, you are familiar with Terran Neurodragon. Again, Neurodragon name, but also one of the last living descendants with his other family. So there are guards that the estate is regularly, from what you are noticing, is regularly patrolled. There are at least 2 captains that you can see on an interval basis. And so far, you see 12 soldiers. And interesting enough, these soldiers do seem to have the emblem of the Order of Sidon. So you don't see many people going back and forth. You hardly see even people like on the grounds. But as you come, are you disguised, or are you as yourself?
I think Asimi's himself. I guess maybe what my intention here is with all this description is that he'll want to maybe chat people up over the possibility of arranging a meeting. Like he doesn't want to like announce himself. He's not trying to
Sure.
see the nobles themselves. He wants to talk with like a guard captain or like a servant or somebody like that, and kind of discuss the possibility of arranging a meeting to discuss matters regarding the city and its defenses. and is going to try to kind of just kind of like, oh, the queen and the queen is attempting to arrange a council. We wondering if there was the interest, just kind of like trying to like not offering it, but floating the idea of it out, and in the conversation maybe weave through like kind of ask them if they get like try to work in like, do you get to the Temple of Lutheria often? Like try to find somebody who does go there and has that alibi, so he can say that he can take that persona.
Okay, so you go ahead and say that the last piece is probably what definitely would get their attention, but just for shits and giggles, can you guys go ahead and roll a persuasion check? The guard does say that, well, we are not letting anybody in because there has been many thefts here, and the owner is very protective of his items. But
could I sway this as a deception, since I'm trying to?
Yeah, you can sway. It won't be too, as you have dropped certain pieces of information, it won't be too, okay. I was going to say, as long as you hit like a 12 or a 14, you're 12, over a 12, you're fine. So fucking 30. You mentioned two people. They mentioned a council to be made, and Queen Valis making up a council, which is gossip in a sense, but also it makes sense for something that she would do. He goes ahead and he's like, well, I can grant you access once I get permission from Mr. Noah Dragon himself. This is very important information that I believe he would definitely want to hear.
No, I'm so apologetic. It's not a declaration so formal that I need to discuss it with the Lord himself at this point. Just trying to test the waters out. I've been going around places. I'm heading to the temples as well. The Temple of Luther is a bit daunting for us, obviously, but we wanted to extend the branch. Do you get there often? Do any of you head that way?
Myself, no. But Bob. Hey, Bob. Go get Bob.
Hey, Bobby!
Bobby, yeah, you hear, hey, Bobby! You hear in the background, and you see a soldier, in sense. He looks a little slim and a little, like, small for a soldier instead of, like, the hulking guys that seem to be slightly very intimidating and walking around. This guy is like, yeah.
He gets put on the shit duty.
Yeah, basically. Guard the cellar when nothing happens. Kind of thing. And, like, Bub here. This is Bob. Say hi. Hi.
Hey, Bob, it's Asimi. And he'll like try to. Asimi will just take a few minutes to like get at him and like like how those guards just kind of like talking this shit, like acting like he's nervous about the temple and trying to get Bob to.
Okay.
Any, like, you take the wine there. That sort of. I'm just trying to.
I don't. Personally, for me, I don't. Not really. I just walk next to the people that take it to the temple. The master's vineyard is outside onto the west portion. It's one of the biggest portions. It's on the hill, and it's one day I hope to maybe retire. Well, we'll see. I said one day. But yeah, his name is Phil.
Okay.
Did you want me to take you to him?
I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of trouble. I didn't want to be that much. A plan's kind of forming that Asimi maybe dresses up as Bob and says that Phil couldn't make it on short notice to help refill it. So that's why I think Asimi might try to cut this off. He feels like he can maybe just act
Sure. You definitely just do an active perception check. Again, you are right in front of this dude. It's not difficult. Fuck you.
Bruh.
We are getting into this temple. No problem, you guys.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Points then for you is 1. Bob, again, slim build. You notice that is something that seems to, I wouldn't say aggravate, but something that he seems to really like be very noticeable about is making sure that his helmet is on properly. You can see it doesn't fit. It's too big for him, and he's always like moving it and so on. He is, I wouldn't say nervous. He seems to be like that, like excited puppy feel a little bit. So he's a little bit more ADHD, where he can't pay attention to you, but then he like wanders off a little bit and then comes back when you have something else like interesting to say or when you're really engaging. And then he fidgets a lot, and he seems to be just like excitable or absolutely nothing. So just a couple of points that you get. You see how his armor, again, slightly too big for his build. He's slimmer. He is quick though. When you see him walk away, when he came to you and when he walks away, he takes these really quick steps, and you just observe everything so that if you have to play him, or when you decide that will be playing him, you are 100% confident you can pull him off.
Okay. Yeah, then I think that's Gasimi's got what he's came for, so he'll, in the conversation, maybe go and just buy like something that would pass at like cursory inspection, as like buy like a helmet and armor. Like he doesn't need it to fit, like match exactly, but something
Sure.
that would match his outfit, match his armor a little.
Yeah, and
Hopefully
I would say for you wouldn't deem it unnecessary, and probably would be necessary, is like you don't want guards in Stygian's way. You know what I mean? Because of just it's a dirty place, and these are more like if you can afford a guard, you're wealthy, and that area is not. So even if you had a robe, it would probably be fine.
As far as approaching the temple would be, it'd
Yeah,
be weird to go armored. Okay, well, yeah, if that's the implication.
or, well, no, not armored. Like people will fucking rob you. You know, it's more of like not showing off that you are wealthy or you have like city armor, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah. So far, yep, you can find those easily.
What sort of armor is he wearing?
He's wearing like plate armor, like half plate armor. He's wearing spear. He has a spear. He has a shield. Very Greek-esque basic armor in a sense, but it does have the symbol of Sidon on it. It does have him, the temple. He seemed like a nice enough fellow. You do know that there's a rise only because people are fucking panicking. So maybe he joined, even though he definitely does not play a part of the guard. He doesn't look anything like a guard. I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go buy half plate armor then, spear, shield. Can I just get that at cost? What the cost is listed around the city? Okay, I'll buy all that, which is awesome because I can wear half plate armor. Let's go.
Yeah, you're good. And I think so. That's good.
So expensive. What?
Well, I had half plate and I sold it last session.
No.
Yeah.
I have the money for it. It's 750 gold though, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh well.
They're pretty sparkly. It's sparkly. Even the Order of Sidon is wealthy because, yeah, they are who they are.
Weirdly though, it is an upgrade on my armor class, so I might just keep.
Hey. Okay, so you go and you just buy it. Yeah, go for it, and then you find a Cooper. Right.
Wasn't Senna handling all that?
Well, that's what I was wondering, because like she went to go scout out Lutheria's temple with Matsuyami. So that's why
I thought Senna was getting the wine.
Yeah, Senna was supposed
Senna
to
was
be getting the
getting
wine.
the-
I
Okay,
was
I-
like scouted on
okay.
my own.
Gotcha. I got confused. Okay, then yeah. So don't worry about that. Sina has that. Matsuyami. You know what? I'm pretty sure, depending on certain roles, I don't want to get into anything too much tonight, but I will say, Matsuyami, you is there anything you would like to do on your way to the temple?
No,
No? Okay.
the mistress knows where she's going and what she's getting her nose into, so
Okay.
she'll know what to keep an ear out for.
Gotcha. All right, I am going to really quick move you over here. Or actually, I can activate the scene. Well, I'll show you guys just so you can see. This is too annoying to to try and do things. Matsuyami, you get to Stygian's way. And as you go through, you do see that as you get deeper into the ghetto, basically, the amount of soldiers or guards significantly lessen. You see some guards but they are not necessarily dressed in like nice prestigious armor that you're used to seeing out in the normal cities. This is this is super usual. You see this all the time. This place is kind of left for, in quote, I wouldn't say left for dead, but it kind of is.
Right.
Yeah. So as you get closer, the one thing that you do see is that as you go through and you start getting to the Temple of Lutheria, you do see that there are, at least in the front, you see two cultists, and they're preaching the twins, the rise of the twins, the rise of Lutheria, her warm embrace, her welcoming of those who have been in the drudges and need comfort, and bid the whole spiel. And there are definitely there are those that do come up, and you know that is very common for people who don't have anywhere to go or have a very unfortunate lifestyle. This is a place that they can go to and receive help, or what they would perceive as help. And so there are a lot of people that have either a converted or have been generationally a part of the cult of Lutheria. And it is just like exactly what Lutheria preaches. There's people that are like buttload drunk. There are people that are like even belligerently drunk, but they are very happy about it. They are kind of carefree. They just do whatever they want. They'll just turn to each other and give each other kisses. It's like there's just no filter. And you see, at least, like I said, you see two outside of the temple. You are free to go inside if you would like to. But
yeah, no, she'd probably go step in, see what she can see.
Okay.
She's probably been down here a few times before, but never gone in.
Yes, this is inside of the
Stygian
rock. Yeah, it's inside. And strategically and very interestingly, it's built alongside the same rocky platform, that if you look all the way up, you can see the beginning of Sidon's temple. So they're right above each other. Or sorry, one's below and one's above.
Got it.
Yeah. Could have been strategically placed there, you're not sure, but it's one of those like of course figures kind of thing. And you can immediately get a fragrance, a sweet smell. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fun. I'm good at these guys.
Since it's, yep.
Uh-oh.
Feel like you're lying.
Yeah, I am.
You attribute this scent to a place that you haven't been to in a very long time, and it is welcoming, it is warming, it is embracing you on a level that just chemically takes over your brain and into a very relaxed state of you are safe, you are okay, you are in a beautiful place. And like all of a sudden the stone that is already like it's very well taken care of and lustrous becomes even more like opalescent. It's basically your high. And yeah, as you go in, you're like, everyone seems to be smiling and laughing. You're kind of, you're there for a reason. However, your senses are being taken over. And it's difficult to concentrate, but you do, as you're like counting, okay, I'm seeing, you're trying not to get the cultists, and you're not trying to get like the members confused. So could you roll for me an intelligence check? Okay. It is difficult. Everyone just looks so
This is why I don't
happy.
go in here. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a few in, and your mind, like I said, while it just gives you a sense of euphoria, and it's the more you go in, the stronger the essence is, and then you find that, like, do you think Matsuyami would turn around or continue?
She would not go. The minute she gets there and she's having trouble, like, focusing on who is who, there's this moment of, I know too much. She's turning and bolting.
Okay, so you
She doesn't want to give too much away.
We'll say that one of your snakes bites you.
Works for me.
To be like, hey, bitch, I don't like this.
Wake up!
Wake up, basically.
Smells
So you
weird.
turn around and you basically scuffle out there, out of
No,
there.
gone.
But so far, unfortunately, you did see a lot of people inside, but you couldn't differentiate who from who, and you just see two people. Go ahead and just do a wisdom saving throw. Now that you are outside, do it with advantage. This is how quickly you are able to slough off the effects. Natural 20, fantastic.
That bite did some damage.
You did some damage. So with that, with the realization that something's going on, this is wrong, you turn around, and immediately once you get outside and you're away, you come to your senses immediately, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, more of a glad to know this now rather than when we stepped in.
Yep. And that is where we will end the session, with Matsuyami like plastered against the wall being like, that was not a nice experience. And next week we will get to barrel rolling. Barrel riding?
Barrel being.
I'm sure there's like a water outlet. We can just ride the barrel down for a great escape from the temple.
Yeah, easy.
Hey man, you don't know. You don't know what's under there. All right, well, thank you. We will, this is a good time to stop. What time is it? Where is it? Okay, we will be back on Friday, I believe.
We'll be back this Friday.
All right, we'll be back for episode 5. Fifth episode, yay, of The Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
You did it correctly.
Hallelujah.
The trick, though, is that we're not yet into Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So once we're there,
we'll be the Ghost of Waterdeep. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
The Ghosts of Water. Perfect. I love it.
Port Salt Ghost.
Waterdeep Salt Marsh.
Yeah, it's Saltmarsh. I think I did say that. And then next, and that will be at 9 p.m.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Eastern time, and that's 8 p.m. PST time, and then we'll be back next. I don't know. I give up. You know I hate the time differences. I'm done.
Bye, everybody.
We'll be back Tuesday for next week's barrel adventures.
Where were you when Asimi went Super Saiyan?
Bye, guys.
Bye.